Welcome back another video of solid state device. So today we are going to discuss about Hall effect. This is actually a very important phenomena occurring inside the semiconductor. So initially I have taken a coordinate system like this. X-axis I am taking this direction, and y-axis I am taking this direction, and z-axis I am taking this direction. So whatever we are talking about in this class depends on this coordinate system. So I am going to place this is semiconductor bar which has got a length L and a width W and thickness T. Okay, I am going to place this semiconductor bar in this coordinate, in this code XYZ coordinate. Okay, you can think something like this. Here you have a Z, and here we have a Y, and this is X direction. This is X direction, Y direction, and Z direction. We can think something like this. I am going to place this semiconductor bar here. Okay, so I will get something like this. And one more thing I want to say, that this is p-type semiconductor. P-type semiconductor. So p-type semiconductor, you know, the majority charge carriers is holes. Okay, so I have applied a external electric field. You can see the direction of electric field. Okay, have applied an electric field in this direction, right? We know that the movement of holes always in the same direction of the applied electric field. So hole is moving in this direction, and similar way the direction of the current is in the same direction. That is what represented here, the direction of the current towards Y direction. So the velocity of the holes, velocity is a vector. So velocity of the holes are in X direction. Holes are moving in this direction, right? Holes are moving in this direction. So current is also in this direction. Electric field also in the direction that is direction of X. Okay, that is what the first thing I would like to say. All these are in same direction. So now we know that a current carrying conductor is surrounded with a magnetic field. The magnetic field is always perpendicular to the direction of current flow. So this is a rule. If the current is moving upward, then the magnetic field, the direction of the magnetic field, something like this. Okay, in this direction. How do I find out this? Very easy way is there. Okay, so you take the current carrying conductor and you hold your right hand like this. The direction of the thumb represent the current, and but all other fingers is represent the direction of magnetic field. The direction of all the finger give the direction of magnetic field. Okay, now if you want to find out the magnetic field direction at this point, just assume if you want to find out the magnetic field direction at this point, you need to draw a tangent to the circle. Tangent supposed to be the same direction of the magnetic field. So you supposed to draw a tangent like this. Okay, that obviously that is perpendicular to the direction of current. Okay, perpendicular to the direction of the current. Okay, this tangent something like this. tangent, something like that. So that direction of the tangent will be perpendicular to the flow of current. Similar way, here the current is flowing in this direction. So I am assuming the magnetic field is perpendicular to this current flow. So you can see the magnetic field is represented by Bz. Magnetic field is represented by Bz. We have an electric field in this direction, epsilon x. Now we have a magnetic field in this direction, Bx, and we have a current flow in this direction, and the velocity of holes, that is again in this direction, that is again I can call it as Vx. Okay, then a magnetic field is acting in Z direction and a current flowing in Z direction. Okay, because of this current flow, because of this magnetic field, these holes will experience one force. The direction of the force is in minus y direction. This is a minus y direction. This is a minus y direction. That holes will experience a force in this direction. So this is my y. This is my y direction, and obviously this is actually minus y direction. That holes, individual holes, experience a force in this direction. How do I find out the direction of the current? Use this right hand thumb rule. You place your thumb along with the direction of the current, then you place your this finger, first finger, the direction of the magnetic field. Obviously your middle finger will give you the direction of the force. You try it, then you will understand the force is exerting, the force experiencing in minus y direction. That force is known as Lorentz force. Lorentz force, you may be learned this Lorentz force in your PUC, right? So Lorentz force is experienced by individual holes in the semiconductor. That Lorentz force is the cause of the Lorentz force is nothing but the current flow and the magnetic field perpendicular to that, the current flow. Okay, then what will happen? So every individual holes experienced a force in minus y direction, I told. Then holes start moving slowly towards this side of this end of semiconductor. So positive charge is going to accumulate in this side. Positive charge is going to accumulate in this side. Okay, but positive charge will flow in x direction also. The current is in this direction. Current is in that direction, but holes will accumulate in this side of semiconductor. Automatically, this electron will accumulate this side of the semiconductor. So you could see the charges have been separated because of the Lorentz force. Lorentz force. So once we have a positive charge here and a negative charge here, if you connect some ammeter or voltmeter, you can measure. If you connect the voltmeter across these 2 points, you can see the deflection in the voltmeter. There will be a voltage potential difference between these 2 points. So definitely there will be a voltage. Okay, this is something like you have applied a source. You have applied a source, something like this, right? You have applied a source, something. This is the effect of this charge separation. Okay, so once we have that effect, the charges have been separated, there is another electric field will create in the direction of y. The electric field create in the direction of y. We have an electric field here, epsilon x, that is still there, and current is flowing, that is also remaining. Okay, then we have a magnetic field, this is also remaining. Because of the magnetic field, positive charges are accumulated in this side, negative charges are accumulated in this side. So charges have been separated, a potential difference is created in the semiconductor. Because of the potential difference, there will be an electric field created in this direction. We know the same theory, the holes will, that is what the Hall effect. The establishment of electric field is known as Hall effect. Which electric field? This electric field, which is represented by epsilon y. The direction of the electric field is towards y direction. Okay, so we know one theory of holes, that holes will start moving in the direction of electric field. One electric field is experiencing in this direction, x direction, and another electric field is experienced in this direction. Right? What will happen once the positive charges keep on accumulating in this side, and negative charges accumulating this side, this electric field strength will increase slowly. Then the holes which is accumulated this side because of the Lorentz force start moving towards y direction slowly it start moving the y direction. Then the force acting on the holes in minus y direction because of the Lorentz force, and the force experiencing on the holes because of this electric field going to be equal in some point of time. I repeat once again, the force experiencing on the holes in the direction minus y direction because of the Lorentz theorem, and the force experiencing on holes because of this electric field, because of the Hall effect, electric field is going to be equal some time. So that situation is known as again equilibrium and steady state. Okay, and anyway, positive charge and negative charge is created. Definitely there will be a voltage difference between A and B. That voltage is known as Hall effect. Hall voltage. So now we know the what is Hall effect, what is equilibrium condition in the Hall effect, and what is Hall voltage. Okay. Now we are moving to the mathematical representation of this Hall effect. So I am taking the first diagram again, and holes are moving in this direction, electric field is moving in this direction. So because of this electric field, hole experiencing some force, that force similar to our previous derivation, that is equal to Q into epsilon x. This Q doesn't have a negative sign because we are considering only holes which has got a positive charge. So that expression you can see here. So I missed to write x here. That will be epsilon x. That is the first force experiencing on the hole. Then because of the current flow, there is a magnetic field appeared in perpendicular to the flow of current, and because of this current and magnetic field, a Lorentz force is experiencing on the hole. that Lorentz force, I can write the Lorentz force is equal to the magnetic field Bz into Vez. Sorry. Magnetic field Bz cross Vx. What is Vx? Nothing but the velocity of holes in the direction of x, because current is moving in the x direction. Definitely the direction of the velocity always in the direction of x. The force, this is the force, Lorentz force experiencing on into q is a charge, the q will be there. So this is the force experiencing on hole because of the Lorentz theorem. Okay, there is a magnetic field, there is a current flow, the direction of the Lorentz force is minus y direction. So the total force experiencing on the single hole one hole inside the semiconductor is this. The force because of the electric field epsilon x, and the force because of the Lorentz force. So both will experience here. What will happen now? Hole will start, whatever the holes coming here, that will move in this direction, right? And it will flow this way. It will flow this way. It take a slight, will flow something like this, because force is in this direction. Force is in the direction. Okay. Now, what is next? This is the total force. V cross B. V cross B is equal to VB sin theta, and all this velocity Vx. I draw properly. All these vectors are orthogonal each other, that means perpendicular each other. Okay, velocity in this direction Vx, and magnetic field in this direction Bz. The force is in the direction minus y. Okay, this is Lorentz force. The equation of the Lorentz force is V cross B. The angle between these two is 90. So sin 90 is equal to 1. So I can write the force experiencing on the hole in the direction of minus y is Q into VB. Vx into Bz. This x and z represent the direction. Okay. See, and the force experiencing in the direction of y. Now I need to clean it. Yes. Now I told, because of this potential difference, there will be a electric flux, the direction of y, that will take your hole from this point to this point, right? So this electric field gives some force on the hole. This electric field will provide some force on the holes, that is actually Q into epsilon y. Similar to this expression, when holes are moving in the direction of this electric field epsilon x, so the force is exerting Q into epsilon x, right? Similar way, the holes experience the force because of this electric field. That means epsilon y electric field, the force is Q epsilon y. So this is the force experiencing in the direction of minus y. This is the force experiencing in the direction of y. So after some time, these two forces are going to be equal, because when keep on separating the charge carriers, this electric field will be strong. Then this electric field will pull these holes towards the direction of the electric field epsilon y. Then that will be equal to q vx into bx after some time. That situation is known as equilibrium, steady state. Okay, then I can equate these two expressions. Since the forces are equal, I can cancel this. Then if I cancel that, I can write something like this: epsilon y is equal to Vx into Bz. Okay, so epsilon y is equal to Bx into Vz. And we know this expression. In last class, when I am deriving current, we have taken this expression because of the holes, because of electrons. That's why I have taken minus sign, and this is concentration of N. The same equation I can write for holes something like this. So J of X, current in the direction of X, is equal to Q. There is no minus sign because I am dealing with the holes, and P0 is the concentration of hole, because continuously holes are moving inside this with a constant concentration. That's why P0, and this is actually the velocity of the holes, average velocity of the holes, the direction of x. Okay, from here I can write the expression for velocity. Vx is equal to Jx divided by Q into P0. And now this velocity I can substitute in this expression. I can substitute here. I'll be getting this expression: epsilon y is equal to Jx divided by Q P0 into Bz, where epsilon y is, that is exactly the Hall effect, and this is the magnetic field. This is the current flowing in the direction of x. Okay, this is the magnetic field in the direction of z. This is the electric field, the direction of y. Q is the charge of hole, P0 is the equilibrium concentration of holes. Okay, then if that is the case, I can rewrite this expression like this: RH J X Bz, where Rx is equal to 1 by Q P0, and this RH is known as constant. Which constant? Hall constant, or I can call it as proportionality constant. What is proportional? Epsilon y proportional to magnetic field in the direction of z. The proportionality constant is epsilon y is proportional to J current and the magnetic field. That proportionality constant is 1 by Q P0. That 1 by P Q0 is a proportionality constant of Hall effect. See the Hall field, thus the Hall field is proportional to the product of current density and the magnetic flux density. The proportionality constant is called Hall coefficient. So Hall coefficient is that what? RH is equal to Q P0 inverse. Okay, now in the previous class only you know this expression, right? You know this expression. Then the conductivity of electron we have derived. Conductivity of the electron we have written something like this: conductivity, that is sigma is equal to Q mu n n. We have written this expression before. with a minus sign. So when I consider 4 holes, I can write something like this: Q mu P into P0. Okay, the mobility is simply the ratio of Hall coefficient and the resistivity. What does it mean? So I can write sigma is equal to Q mu P P0. From there I can write mu P is equal to sigma divided by Q P0. So we already taken what is RH. So here this is the RH, and if I rearrange this expression, I'll be getting like this. Okay, so mu P is equal to RH divided by rho, where rho is nothing but resistivity. Sigma is conductivity and rho is resistivity. Okay, now what is the mobility? Simply the ratio of Hall coefficient and the resistivity. So mobility we have learned previous class. Here I am taking you to another angle of view towards the mobility. Mobility is nothing but a ratio of Hall coefficient and the resistivity. Okay, so this is all about the Hall effect. The Hall effect is an important phenomena in electronics. That is nothing but because of the perpendicular magnetic field in the semiconductor, there will be a electric field created between the side of the semiconductor. That is Hall effect. I blindly say, once you know the picture in your mind, I can say like that, but you cannot say to someone who don't have the picture inside the mind. Okay, so that is all about the Hall effect. It's a very important topic. Derivation, everything is very important. Okay, so thank you guys.